Hey and welcome back to Garfin's Creation. Let's make this Turkish Flat Bread Pizza, also called as Pide. I'll be twisting in with some nice Achari Paneer flavor into this. Let's start with the recipe. Let's begin by making the bread first. So into a bowl I've added 150 ml, that is 3/4 cup of warm water, 1 tablespoon of sugar and 2 teaspoons of dry yeast. We will just stir this quickly and let it get activated for 5 to 7 minutes. I'm using my same bread recipe that I had used earlier to make some ladi pav. So this is a versatile recipe and can be used for many types of breads too. So once the yeast is activated, let's add in the flour into it. I'll be adding 2 cups of Maida, all-purpose flour, and 1 teaspoon of salt. We will just sieve this now. Next, I'll just use a spoon and mix it all together. I have not added any extra water into this. But if you feel your dough is dry, you can just add a little water. Once I have mixed this with the spoon, I'll just use my hands to knead it further. So now I'll just combine the flour and the yeast mixture and get it together. As we do not want the bread to rise too much, we won't be kneading this for a long time. So once the dough is come together, I'll just place it on the table counter, and then onto this dough I'll be adding 1.5 tablespoon of room temperature butter. You can also add oil in place of butter. After adding the butter or oil, just knead it to get it together. This may look messy now, but as you keep kneading, it will keep getting dry and become into a soft dough. We do not have to knead this dough for a long time. Just 3 to 5 minutes is enough. And now you can see the dough is come together. We will place it in the same bowl again. Just grease it with some oil and put some oil over the dough too. Now we will let the dough rise till it doubles in size. So depending on the temperature, this would take around 40 to 1.5 hours to double in size. So in the meantime, let's prepare the Paneer Achari masala. So I've heated a pan and added 2 tablespoons of oil into it. The oil is hot now, so we'll be adding some cubed veggies into it. Here I have cubed 200 grams of paneer, 1 capsicum, 1 onion and 1 tomato. I have just cubed all of it, and first I'll be adding the paneer. So first we'll fry the paneer till it gets a little brown in color. I'll be frying all the veggies on medium flame. Do keep tossing them and flipping them till it gets a little brown in color. I have cut the paneer in 1 inch cube. You can cut it into smaller pieces as well. So now the paneer is beginning to get brown, so it's time to add the rest of the veggies, that is the tomato, onion and the capsicum. So I'll be tossing these vegetables and just cooking it for a few minutes. You do not have to overcook these vegetables, just let it get a little bit fried. You can also try this recipe with chicken. Just substitute the paneer with some boneless chicken pieces. Another reminder, while dicing the tomatoes, I have not taken the seeds. I've used only the outer flesh of the tomatoes. So after frying these vegetables for a few minutes, we'll just take it out and keep it aside for some time. Once these veggies are out of the pan, into the same pan I'll just be adding a little more oil. 1 tablespoon is enough, and into that I'll be adding half a teaspoon of Jeera, cumin seeds, and 1 teaspoon of rye, mustard seeds. And once the mustard seeds starts crackling, we'll be adding 1 onion that is finely chopped. This is 1 large onion that I've taken. So now we'll just fry these onions till they get a little soft and a little brown. I have also chopped up 1 tomato into fine pieces. I've also used the seed pulps of the previous tomatoes into it. We can also make a puree of the tomato and use it and add it now. So now these onions have got a little brown and I've just added the tomato, and now we'll continue cooking till the tomatoes are nice and soft. So now after cooking this for about 2 minutes, the tomatoes have become nice, soft and mushy. Adding some spices into it. I've added half a teaspoon of chili powder, 1 teaspoon of dhanya, that is coriander powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of haldi, turmeric powder. Just give this a quick stir, and next we'll be adding some achari powder masala. Just a few days back I have shared how to make this achari powder masala at home. So you can add around 1.5 tablespoon of the achari masala powder into this now. I'll put the link for the masala recipe in the description box below. After adding the masala, I just added a little water so that the masala does not get burned. So now we will just fry this masala for a minute or so. If you do not want to prepare this achari masala at home, you can also purchase it online. Once the masala is cooked, I've just added the cubed vegetables which were fried and kept aside, and added salt too. With the salt, I also added 1/4 teaspoon of garam masala powder. So we'll just continue cooking this for a minute, and our achari paneer masala is ready. I will put all the links for how to make this achari masala at home and all the other ingredients too used in this recipe in the description box below. So our delicious paneer achari masala is ready. You can have this paneer achari masala as a side dish too. So now let this cool down completely, and let's check out to our dough. Since the weather is hot, this bread dough took me about 40 minutes to rise and get double in size. So the rising time will depend on the climate of where you stay. So once the dough is double in size, it is ready to be used. So I just put it on the table and just punching out the air and just form a ball again, and also dust the table with some Maida, that is all-purpose flour, and I just shape the dough into a long log, and I'll be just dividing this into 3 portions. You can also divide this into 4 portions if you want to make smaller Turkish breads. So I just took a portion and tucked it from below and roll it and keep it aside. While I'll be rolling this one dough, I have placed a cloth on the remaining 2 doughs. Now I will just roll this into a long oval shape. The Turkish Pide or pizza bread is like a boat shape. So I'll just be rolling this into a long oval shape. I'll be rolling this into 1 centimeter in thickness. You can use Maida to dust if the dough gets sticky. So now this is done, and you can just check out the thickness I have rolled out. Now round the edges of this bread, I'll be adding some mozzarella cheese. You can add any cheese of your choice. Just place it a little away from the edge. And then I'll be just folding in the edges from the sides towards the center. Do this from both the sides first. Just getting the dough towards the center and sealing it. Just trying to make a boat shape out of the pizza bread. Once the sides are done, you can tuck in the edges of it too. Pinch both the ends and seal it well so that it does not open after it's baked. I'm just pinching it well and sealing it. You can bake this in an oven and without an oven too. Showing you both the ways how to bake them. This one I'll be baking over the gas stove. I'm using this size of tray as it fits well into the vessel that I have kept for preheating. If you're going to bake it into an oven, you also need to preheat your oven at 180 degrees centigrade 10 minutes prior. So after carefully placing it into the pan, I'll just brush it with some milk. If you feel that the corners are opening up, you can just pinch it and seal it again. In place of milk, you can also use egg for the egg wash. After brushing it well with the milk, I'll be using some till. That is some sesame seeds on the edges all around it. Next, into the cavity in the center that is there, we'll be adding the achari paneer filling inside it. So you can divide your achari paneer filling into 3 portions and then use it accordingly. I made this paneer achari filling a little bit dry too, so that our dough does not become soggy and wet. So now after adding the filling, I'll be just spreading some mozzarella cheese over it. You can also add any flavored cheese of your choice. This one will be baked over the gas stove, which I'll be showing you shortly. I've also prepared the other 2, which I'll be baking in the oven at 180 degrees centigrade. Middle rack with both the heating coils on. You need to preheat your oven or a gas stove vessel at least 10 minutes ahead. I have preheated this vessel for the last 10 minutes on medium flame. So now I'll just place the tray over the ring stand and close it with a tight lid. Now you will have to continue baking this on medium flame for around 20 to 25 minutes. Baking over the gas stove, the top edges do not get brown. Do keep a check after 20 minutes. If the lower portion is a bit brown, you can take it out of this vessel. So this took me 25 minutes, and you can see that the edges are not brown, but the below part of it is well baked. You can use an egg wash to get good browning on the top. I'll just place this on a cooling rack for some time. These are the ones which were baked in the oven, and these took me around 22 minutes. So you can serve this Turkish pizza a little bit warm only, but let's let it get cool down a bit. So let me show you. This one is the one which was baked in the oven. Got a nice brown and it is well baked from all over. One which is baked over the gas stove has also got a nice browning from the bottom. It's well baked all over and the top part is not raw as well. So I hope you like this Turkish pizza with a Paneer Achari masala filling. Do give this recipe a try and leave your comments below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon in the next video too. Till then, keep watching. Bye bye.